I want to slow down just a little bit to talk about what's happening in North Carolina. So North Carolina is on the cusp of passing the worst voter suppression law in the country. Now, the law is in its second read in the state Senate and will be on the president's desk in weeks. Even though there's more Mondays, people out there protesting these laws, and they should, these laws are most likely going to pass. And let me tell you about them. So we talked about this before on the show, but then now it's actually written down in law, in writing, in stone. This is what they're going to do. And I want to talk to you about them because I want to talk to you about why we need to protect the voting right, why we need the vote. This is a reason why we need the Voting Rights Act. And beyond the fact it's the reason why we need the Voting Rights Act, it proves the argument that I've been trying to make over the past couple weeks and progressives have been trying to make, is that these individuals are willing to go as far as they want to suppress our right to vote. So I'm going to go through this. Bear with me. So the first thing it will do is implement strict voter ID laws that bar citizens who don't have a proper photo ID to cast the ballot. The second thing it will do is eliminate same-day registration. It will cut early voting days. It will increase the influence of money in election by raising the maximum campaign contribution to $5,000. Right? And increasing the limit every 2 years. So it's going to be $5,000 now, then it's going to be $10,000. Before you know it, you can give unlimited to campaigns. Right? I keep going. It makes it easier for voter suppression groups like True the Vote to challenge a voter. It makes voter challenging a lot easier. It vastly increases the number of poll observers and increases what they're permitted to do. Right? I'm going to continue. The next thing it does is it permits citizens to vote. It only permits citizens to vote at their specific precinct. So usually what happens in the current system is if you go to a precinct where you're not registered, you can cast a provisional ballot. And those provisional ballots are counted after all the other ballots are counted or if the election's in dispute. It takes that right away. Let me continue. Right? It also, this is the craziest one. It bars young people from pre-registering at age 16 and 17, which is permitted in the current law, and repeals the state's directive that high schools conduct voter registration as part of their high school curriculum, which is also a way to boost youth turnout. I'm not done. It prohibits some type of paid voter registration drives, meaning organizations that, they pay people to go out and register voters, that gets rid of that. Right? It dismantles the three state public financing groups. Right? Landmark, funded by judicial elections. There's no more, it gets rid of that. Right? It weakens the disclosure requirements for outside spending, meaning groups that come in and third party groups, they don't have to report as much. It prevents counties from extending polling hours if the lines are too long. Now, this is the one that blows my mind. So it basically says, if you are in Charlotte and you're waiting in line and it is 7 o'clock, right, and the line is 5 hours long, they could still possibly close the polls at 7 o'clock. Creating, right, or if there's a tornado that passes through your town in the middle of voting, they usually allow you to vote an hour later. So you allow people to give people the convenience to vote because a natural disaster has happened. Now that no longer exists. Not to mention the fact that there's another law they're trying to put forward that says if you are a college student that decides to vote and register at your college instead of at your parents' homes, your parents cannot claim you as a dependent. So basically, when a whole bunch of young people are together and they vote together, progressives and Democrats win elections. But if we stop them from voting together, we can stop progressives and Democrats from winning. If we can find a way to stop people from voting early, like souls to the polls, then African Americans will stop voting. Oh, and then if we make stricter ID laws, senior citizens that don't drive can no longer be able to vote. We will get rid of every single solitary group that is pro-progressive or pro-progressive policies from voting the best we know how, by stealing the election and changing the rules or moving the goalpost. Sadly, North Carolina, America is watching you and the world is watching you. And with all those eyes on you, you will still pass regressive and discriminatory policies to stop people from voting. It's a crying shame, an absolute, positive, crying shame. Hey, Fowler Nation. Thanks to you, we have made our goal of 1,500 subscribers. You can check out our behind the scenes video in the description below this video. But now we need our next goal. We need to get to 2,000 subscribers and we can't do it without your help. So do me a favor, click that subscribe button. And when we get to 2,000 subscribers, we're gonna release a very special video with the Fowler Nation mascot, Larry the Cat.